Hello everyone. I just did a game where I played against 8 players on that Rian jungle map, and I like to show it off to you. I'm really proud of it, and it was a lot of fun. I noticed my advanced war mod did pretty well, so if you want more advanced war mod, I can do that. There's still a lot of stuff in that mod I haven't tried out yet. I only played it for about a half hour or more. No, I would say about an hour. I played that mod for about an hour, so I haven't tried everything out. And there's still, I haven't tried an actual match. So I do want to try an actual match one day. So I could do more advanced campaign stuff if you guys want. Anyways, I do want to show you this 8-player match. I haven't made a video in a couple days because I've just been playing a lot of Titanium mod. That mod is super fun. Anyways, this is and I still have a lot of other games I gotta record too. But anyways, this is a 2v8. I'm pretty proud of it. So it's called Rick is OP because Rick was a really good partner of mine. I think he's actually in a couple of my videos, so I'm not sure which ones, but I think Rick pops up every now and then. So here we go. I think Rick only plays Space Marines, and after playing those mods, I might actually become a Space Marine player. I don't think there's a single one of my videos where I actually played Space Marines legitly, but after playing those mods over and over again, I became a Space Marine fan. Okay, so introductions. So we have Bender on the bottom, and he's partnered with Tau. So Imperial Guard and Tau is pretty nasty. You can use grenades to knock people down, and Tau can just like one-shot anything anything in the game. So pretty nasty combo. And Guard can put a bunch of turrets, which makes Tau like invincible. It's a pretty nasty combo. Rick is up here. Rick is a Space Marine player. He's pretty good. I think he only plays Space Marines. Me up this corner doing Hall of Blood. I do think this is the best spawn in the game, or on this map. This is a really good spawn too. So I got pretty lucky with the spawn. This is one of the best spawns in the game. So I got pretty lucky there. Next we have Chris with orcs. He's got some nice colors going on there. Sisters has like a McDonald's color going on. It looks pretty silly, but once you see the sisters, they actually look pretty nice. This chaos player plays really dirty. He's pretty hard to fight. He's a really strong player. And you got Swarfiga. Swarfiga is another very strong orc player. He's a really big threat, so you'll see a lot of orc action. Okay, I think that's done with the intros. I don't think there's any fighting until like the 6-minute mark, I think. So it's gonna be a minute. I decided to go for Scourges. Scourges seems to be the most reliable unit. the most consistent unit. So I'm probably gonna go for Scourges. So I do make 2 Mandrakes just so I'm not behind on economy. Yeah. Space Marine with the generator opening. Double Space Marine, you don't see that too often. Let's see, 1 scout. So yeah, I made 2 Mandrakes so I'm not behind on economy. They cap pretty fast. And Mandrakes are pretty solid. So I decided to put a slave chamber here because I could always delete it. And I put a slave chamber here just so we don't get surprise attacked. I think this is going to be one of my go-to build orders because it's pretty solid. I think this build order only works if, you know, it takes a while to go from one player to another player. So this build order only really works on maps like that where you can't really rush. So I am going level 2. I spent a lot of my economy on, you know, Mandrakes and everything, but they're already starting to pay off. So it's starting to work out for me. Looks like he hasn't capped this. Oh, I guess just this one. He hasn't capped this point. So generator opening, double Marine, Force Commander. Pretty strong opening. The generator makes it so he's not behind on tech. The double Space Marine is pretty strong by itself. Space Marines win in most fights. And then you get the Force Commander, which is one of the best commanders in the game. So very strong opening. Here I wasn't really looking over here. Well, now I do. I noticed my guys got hurt, so I do have the invisibility upgrade. So now they're infiltrated. I do want to pause for a second because I think Chaos is moving in. Yeah, Chaos is over here, and he's going after orcs, which isn't easy. If you make a mistake with your cultists, one orc banner can just kill your entire army. So it's not an easy thing to do. And then you got guard in the middle. Guard in the middle is very powerful. So it seems like we're going after Tau first, which is a good choice. Tau is always a huge pain. So yeah, it's like 4 squads against 2. I don't know how the Tau commander's already almost dead. I know he's pretty easy to kill, but he should have lasted longer than that. So I'm not sure how that happened. Slave Chamber, I was gonna delete it and get my resources back, but I thought the time it would buy me was more important. I don't know why they're even attacking it. This doesn't do anything. So, pretty confusing moment. Looks like Tau did drive Space Marine back. A lot of them died somehow, even though it was basically 1 squad against 4 because the Tau commander died right away. See, the Force Commander is at almost full health. I do a cheeky thing and attack their generators. Tau generators are really scary because they can go for like barracudas. So I want to stop the generators so I can stop the barracudas. Yeah, guard moving in. Pretty risky. This is probably the most dangerous place to attack, and he's going all in. So I think that's the first squad of scourges. I waited till they're reinforced before I attacked. 3 scourges don't do a lot, but 6, that's when they're pretty scary. I use my soul ability to kill this stealth unit. I just didn't want this stealth unit to get upgraded and snowball out of control. So I did kill the builder. I destroyed a generator. Pretty solid. Here I think my mandrakes get trapped. So there's not much I can do about that. As you can see, Vespers are pretty fragile. They almost died to a level 1 unit. So my Space Marine partner told me to attack, so I'm going in, and then he told me not to. So I'm a bit confused on that. So this is pretty much a fail. Pretty much a fail. Pretty good reaction from the Tau player. And he knew which unit had detection. Not many Tau players make the Vespids. I think the more I play against Tau, the more I realize a lot of people don't make Vespids. So you can get away with mandrakes for the most part. Here I think my scourges die. I really thought they would last longer. Yeah, they died. They only have like 1,000 health. So it's 2 squads of fire warriors. Making 2 squads of fire warriors on 3 listening posts is very expensive. So this is a very expensive army right here. Scourges are like half the price of fire warriors. So my army is like super cheap compared to his. Chaplain's out. So Space Marine's level 2. I think everybody's level 2 or getting to level 2. I want to do a check on all the players because I think Orc is having a hard time. Guard moving up. Looks like he has a sergeant. Probably has the armory. Guard putting all his eggs in one basket here on the relic. Controlling this relic is pretty important. I'm not sure why you would put everything in this direction. It would make a lot more sense to put everything in this direction, but it's whatever. Let's see. Here we go. See, so this is like the McDonald colors, and it looks pretty good, honestly. I dig it, especially right here. This looks really good. So it looks like Sisters is level 2. Orcs looks like they're 1.5. They got the Storm Boys. Looks pretty good. What is that? 6 banners. Almost level 3. So 8-minute level 3. Pretty intimidating. I don't like Orc players when they go straight for level 3. That just seems pretty cheesy. And there's not a lot you can do to stop it. Banners do quite a bit of damage. So there's not a lot you can do to stop 6 banners. So these two guys did alright. Guardsman is finally helping. It seems like the Tau Commander doesn't have the jet upgrade, the jump ability. He should have jumped out of there. And I'm guessing he didn't have it on stand ground stance. I think most Tau players put their units on stand ground. So yeah, Guardsman pretty outnumbered. I don't even think I need the help. I think these 2 squads of Space Marine alone would have wiped this out. Going for the decap again. I got the homunculus, so I'm just now getting the poison. I think poison at 9 minutes. Yeah, there it is. Scourges aren't really affected by upgrades, so I didn't bother with upgrades until now. Homunculus, I thought for sure we'd be able to take out all this, so I put my ability here, and I thought we would wipe these guys out, because now they can't move. But that didn't end up happening. Oh, bye, Dad! Anyways, a player got kicked out, which I think was Sisters. No? Oh, Tau got kicked out. Okay, so Tau's out of the game. He got kind of double teamed. That's why I'm not a huge fan of Armory. I'm not a huge fan of Armory upgrade or Tactica. I'm not a huge fan of Tactica control opening because you can lose just like that. And these guys are stuck, so that's fun. So yeah, this guy put all his eggs in one basket, and it kind of backfired. This infantry command is no joke. I bet he's losing. Yeah, he's losing a lot of army, ignoring this. You really should not ignore this, because you can lose all your army from just this. Yeah, he lost a sergeant, which isn't very, which isn't cheap. I think these are Terminators, which makes sense. He was winning a lot of fights. Every time you win a fight, you should really go up a level. I think it's better to go up a level than to make a bigger army. That usually works out most of the time. So I made the homunculus because it's basically free. There's pretty much no reason not to make them. Archon's coming out. Now I notice players are getting defeated, so I think I made the Archon as defense. He's pretty decent at defense. Starting to get souls, so I'm spending a lot of resources on slaves and soul mechanics. This goes down pretty quickly, the Terminators and Plasma. No attempt to save it, which is weird. Let's see, what's he hiding over here? Looks like he sent his priest over here. And I think he's teleporting it, right? Yeah, I'm guessing he's teleporting it. Yeah, he's teleporting it over here. which is a pretty interesting move. So right now the guard player is in the middle of the map, surrounded by every player in the game. How is the sister player looking? Sister player is getting double teamed. I've been playing a lot more sisters, and I noticed their damage, they're very fragile. So yeah, getting double teamed, I don't think sisters can really deal with it. The only way sisters can really deal with that is with faith abilities and maybe heavy bolters. Sisters struggle quite a bit, a lot more than I thought. I've been playing a lot more sisters because Titanium mod gave sisters a lot more options, and they're a lot more fun. And I started playing sisters again in Soulstorm, and they're just absolutely garbage. I think I had 2 squads of sisters lose to 2 squads of warriors, which are like half the price. Like fully upgraded sisters are like, I don't know, like 350 points, while fully upgraded warriors are like, I don't know, like 200 points, 250. So pretty brutal. Space Marine is scouting the map. I actually didn't know the war boss detected. That's actually something I learned today. I had no idea the war boss detected. So Sister's out and Tao's out. Everybody did a pretty decent job. I actually don't know what Sisters could have done to save himself. Maybe emulators. Emulators could have helped. Oh yeah, and I did a computer battle with Sisters, and I decided to go full Lightning Hawks because I seen some people do that on 1v1s, and Lightning Hawks are just awful. Even with 4 Lightning Hawks, they lost. 4 Lightning Hawks lost to 2 squads of Space Marines. Lightning Hawks are just god awful. So I'm saying expect Bloodthirster because I've seen the Obliterators, and here I'm just not even gonna mess with this. I'm not even gonna mess with Pure Guard. So Imperial Guard gets defeated the same way Sisters got defeated. This is pretty much unstoppable. These are one of the best range units in the game, and then you have one of the best melee units in the game. So these guys could just steamroll over absolutely anything. It looks like he's going after the other orc player. I do think the knobs would win. I hope they win because they're a lot more expensive. I think they're like 3 times the price of Possessed. So it's not showing it, but this got destroyed. And I'm just not even gonna mess with the middle. I'm not even gonna mess with that. So I did take my points over here, but I'm not gonna invest a lot over here. I figured Chaos and Orcs would just steamroll on to over here, because that's what they've been doing the whole game. But for some reason they decided to stop here. If I was them, I would just scout the whole map. Sneak attack over here. At this point, I have enough economy to lose this listening post 8 times. So losing this listening post was not a big deal. I sent my warp beast over just to slow him down. I think they lose this fight. I don't think they're upgraded either. So yeah, just to slow him down. Yeah, knobs are very expensive. They even have the claws. The claws are like 50 resources each. So that's like, I don't know, 200 resources or more just in the claws. So I got the malediction off. I should have did the combat drugs. So yeah, I use basically every ability to kill this squad. I know how expensive this squad is. So I try everything to kill this squad up. I'm pretty sure this one squad of knobs is more expensive than my army. So I'm truly trying to kill this squad right here. Right now my economy is kind of out of control. So I'm just kind of buying everything. Space Marines, yeah, Space Marine in a fight with the Squiggoth. I do like the use of the smoke ability. This smoke ability is a lot stronger than I thought it was. It reduces damage by a good, like 30%. So the smoke ability is pretty nuts. But I think even with the 30% damage reduction, I think he's still kind of screwed. As you can see, it's a pretty scary army. The Deus is one of the worst units in the game, but it's pretty good at taking out armies. So right there, I just did like 3,000 damage in that one ability. I do plan on using it again. So there we go, I just did like 4,000 damage. So that's pretty cool. And I don't think I don't think my DS is upgraded with the health upgrades. Yeah, I don't think he has the health upgrades. So it's pretty fragile right now. Yeah, so I do think the DS is one of the worst units in the game, but it can just do 4,000 damage out of nowhere, which is pretty nice. Oh yeah, Space Marine versus Orcs. Knobs usually do well against Dreadnoughts, so I'm surprised that Knobs lost. Chris was partners with the sister player, and the sister player died around the 10-minute mark. So Chris stuck around for another 12 minutes. So good on him. I bet he planned on fighting Chaos. I bet he didn't expect Space Marine to show up. But yeah, this Space Marine army just wipes out all this. I guess those knobs were the only thing he had. He was only attacked like once, so I'm not sure why his army is so small. Everybody's army is pretty big except for his. He did lose all his Storm Boys. I think he had like 3 squads of fully maxed out Storm Boys. I think he did lose all of them. So yeah, even though I like Scourges more than any other unit, these guys just have a higher damage per second. So as much as I like Scourges, I really need that damage. So the Squiggoth was at like 10%, and as you can see, that 10% just disappeared like instantly. So yeah, very powerful army. There's not many tools I can use to get rid of that. I have my Raider here, my Ravager. All my vehicles are very fragile right now without the health upgrade. If If I get both health upgrades, I think that my vehicle has become twice as strong. So I put the acid here. The acid makes every unit very fragile. So the acid's actually really good. I think the acid is actually better than the Soulstorm ability. The Soulstorm does a lot of damage, but with the lower armor, you can kill anything instantly. Space Marines are a direct counter to Chaos, so they're doing bonus damage to Chaos units. Another surprise attack over here. Exact same thing. Big mech with knobs. This time I have a slightly bigger army, so it should go a little bit easier. Now he's got support. He does have these tanks shooting at me, which is a little strange. These are level 3 tanks, and he's using them to take control of this one area, which is fine. But I feel like they'd be more important over here. Looks like the Chaos player's trying to block the Dreadnoughts. The Chaos player is nuts. I think the Chaos player did everything pretty much perfectly. I can't think of a single mistake the Chaos player did. So yeah, this one squad of knobs is heavily supported by a lot of things. Oh, my DS is getting attacked again. There's not much I can do against invincibility. Straight up invincibility. Wow, what was that? 18 Space Marines? I think 18 Space Marines. No, even the champion died. So 19 Space Marines just died right there. That's not cheap. I'm not sure why they were so low. Oh, there's the champion there. So yeah, 18 Space Marines just died right there. Sorry I missed that. I was focused on the knobs over here. I think they did teleport back out. They had enough time to recharge. I think he's using a Dreadnought to scout the map. I'm not sure why they ignored it. They should know what Space Marine is trying to do. So yeah, Orcs is very, very spread out right now. And yeah, not a lot you can do against straight up invincibility. For me, I have a bunch of vehicle factories over here. I have 3 of them. So DS is making this one, and the upgrades over here. And I got the Ravengers. Coming out of here. So that makes my production speed a little bit faster than normal. Orcs just gets absolutely wrecked. This is why I say you really shouldn't spread out like that, because this can happen. But to be fair, only Space Marines can do this. Not many factions. And I guess Eldar can do this too. The Terminators are actually dying with the invincibility turned on, so I'm not sure what's up with that. So looks like Space Marine's gonna lose this fight, but I'm not sure how these Orcs popped up over here. They weren't always there, I'm pretty sure. So I'm not sure how they got over here. I actually have no idea. And there's a big fight over here. And there's a big fight over here too. So I'm not sure. I'll slow it down. I probably missed a lot of action, so sorry about that. Looks like my homunculus uses ability. absolutely gigantic army. Basically, I just use the scythe ability over and over again. There goes one squad of horrors. Yeah, I basically just plan on using the scythe ability over and over again. It's the only reason to buy this, besides the 30% damage reduction. So this squad over here will lose eventually. And then you got all this dreadnought spam. Looks like the Terminators died, but the dreadnoughts are coming out. So yeah, it looks like the horrors didn't survive. It looks like he remade these squads. It looks like I lost a lot of my population count. So I actually lost a few buildings. But I do have enough economy to remake everything. So what I learned about the Deus is you really can't spam the Night Scythe ability. If you do, it'll like bug out. So I guess I killed 4 squads without controlling my unit. So that's pretty good. If I killed 4 squads, then I guess it paid out. So what I learned is if you use the ability and then immediately try to use it again, it'll like bug out and it won't work. So I gotta wait like 10 seconds. I gotta wait a good 10 seconds before I can use the ability again. So yeah, sorry about that. I probably missed out on a lot of action. There's 3 fights happening at once, and they're all pretty important. Losing these banners is pretty huge. I do want to check economies. I want to see if orcs can survive losing everything. Let's see. Looks like Chaos actually ran out of resources. Looks like he... Huh. Oh, he's green. Okay, got it. So he's got this relic, right? No, orcs have the relic. Interesting. Wow, Chaos has 0 map control. It's funny because he was steamrolling everybody. But yeah, it looks like Chaos actually ran out of resources. Interesting. It looks like the generators are starting to go out. Oh, he didn't... He should have these at level 3. That was his problem. He's got 1 level 3. Interesting. But yeah, it looks like Chaos ran out of resources. So this is actually a pretty big commitment. If he loses all this, he's pretty much screwed. Let's check Orcs economy. Orcs, yeah, looks like Orcs can survive losing everything. They have plenty of resources. They have more resources than me. So yeah, it looks like Orcs can make an army 6 or 7 times and be fine. Interesting. So I actually have more resources than the Chaos player. Oh, I should check Space Marine, so I'm at it. Just to be Furo. 6,000. That's pretty good. That's pretty good economy. Let's see. He's got 6. He's got 6 points. All looks like they're all level 3. How many HQs does he have? 2 HQs. I thought he would have like 3 or 4. Okay, 6,000. I didn't expect that. So 6,000, he can basically make an infinite army. So yeah, it looks like orcs and space marines could fight forever and be fine. The skull probe detecting the tank busters. I think I have witches somewhere, so the witches also would have detected. So yeah, it looks like everybody's in this corner here. Chaos has... Really, the Orc player should give all his resources to the Chaos player. But they're not really talking, as you can see. There's no communication. But I just think it's interesting that they both went level 3 right away. So let's see. No kills, but that's about what? 4,000 damage? Yeah, I think I just did about 4,000 damage. $4,000 damage for 200 souls. That's pretty good. Or 300 souls. Now all these tank busters will die in like one shot. Tank busters are super cheap though. They're one of the cheapest units in the game. So looks like my witches are actually losing. But the knobs lost morale. No claw this time. Yeah, no claw. So I guess he learned from his mistakes. The claw is insanely expensive. Absolutely insanely expensive. So it looks like these tanks are just bombarding us over and over again. Oh, another big fight. Sorry, I keep missing out on these. So yeah, all these tank busters should die in one shot. They're all super weak. And for the first time in my life, I actually upgraded the Ravengers. If you upgrade the Ravengers, they become anti-infantry, which I never do, because Dark Eldar is like 90% anti-infantry. But because these vehicles are the only thing that can survive longer than 2 seconds, I decided to go full anti-infantry. So yeah, Chaos really can't afford to replace any of this. Looks like Orcs took complete control of the map and didn't leave. Looks like Orcs didn't give the Chaos any map control at all. Looks like Chaos looks like Orcs hogged everything. Orcs hogged all the resources, which made it so Chaos had a hard time. Yeah, only one of my witches survived. So my plan right now is to put expensive buildings right here, because vehicles take a while to destroy buildings. So my plan is to put a bunch of expensive buildings right here, so they stop shooting these guys. And with my economy, I can actually afford that. So it looks like Space Marine is scouting the map. And yeah, it looks like Orcs didn't give Chaos anything, which is kind of a bummer move. Like, I helped destroy this Imperial Guard base, but I gave Space Marines all the listening points on purpose. If you watch that fight again, I didn't cap any of these on purpose. I gave Space Marine these points. You should really share the resources, I think. Hogging them to yourself really doesn't help anybody. What are you going to do with 6,000 resources? Not a lot. So I do have to make all the slave chambers again. I do have to make all the slaves again. I'm surprised my slave didn't get one-shotted. But yeah, he's got all his expensive vehicles right here. I don't know why he's so focused on this part of the map. I can put my army like right here, and there's not much he can do to stop me. So here I go. I'm gonna put an expensive building right here. And this should make it so it shoots this instead of the Space Marines. Hopefully. Space Marines are a hard counter to Chaos. So this is going to be pretty rough. It didn't take a lot of damage so far. Chris left the game. Chris was down here. He was this player down here, the orc player. So it looks like it's a big all or nothing push coming right now. Orcs coming in. I have my vehicles on standby. Flash gets like one shot everything in the game, even commanders. So this is a pretty nasty attack. The Sluggo Boys died, from the looks of it. The Flash Kits ended up losing about half their health. And what I like about the Deus is the Night Scythe actually kills units it can't see. And that was a pretty big mistake for me. I thought it would reach over here, but it didn't. And I think I gave one of my vehicles detection, which is something only Dark Eldar can do. So yeah, I have 3 vehicles, all anti-infantry. They're going through the orcs pretty quick. Here I make it so these level 3 units run away, which is pretty nice. But now that these are all anti-infantry, I don't really have an answer for these. These 2 predators are really just the bane of my existence. I don't have an answer for that. Normally for predators, my answer is these guys, but they're set for anti-infantry right now, so I can't even kill the Ravengers. At this point in the game, I should have every upgrade, so I think I have all the upgrades for everything. So yeah, all my vehicles are anti-infantry right now, so they're tearing right through the squad. Knobs are the hardest unit in the game to kill. So even with 3 anti-infantry units, they're still alive. Yeah, they're just getting shot by 3 vehicles and they're fine. So they're super hard to kill. I only used 1 scary grenade, so I should have 1 more. Yeah, there's the other one. There's a second scare grenade. I don't think the Night Scythe actually hit anything. From testing, I thought it hits like over here, because it would kill things outside the laser, but I guess the laser is accurate. It only hits things in the laser. So it looks like Space Marines is trying to kill orcs, which is a pretty good idea. I think these are orcs only buildings. Looks like this is a fail though. And like I said, Chaos really cannot afford to lose anything. So if Chaos loses anything, that's pretty strong. This should be a fail though. I can't see this. I don't know how he got his tank boasters over here so quick, unless he just had a squad over here. I don't think they can teleport like Imperial Guard can. Another Soulstorm. I keep missing action. Sorry about that. Looks like I killed a few Marines doing that. I don't know how they were low health. They really shouldn't be low health. This has actually got halfway down somehow. Yeah, Space Marine is definitely one of the stronger level 4 in the game, because they can just do that over and over again, and there's nothing you can really do about it. So it looks like Orcs gave up on attacking me. So now he's going for HQ. And you can see how powerful knobs are. After a couple seconds, this HQ is already halfway dead. It looks like this isn't even maxed out knobs. Only like 3 of them have the claw. So this isn't even maxed out orcs. So it looks like this is another all-in. Pretty big push. And this is why I think this is the best spawn. Because there's not a lot people can do to stop this. My Archon died from the looks of it. But I was okay with that. I do put the acid on the knobs. This should make their health easier to deal with. It should make them a lot squishier. I have no idea if that actually worked, but I'm surprised this failed. This HQ was at half health, so I'm actually surprised that failed. Chaos is going in. I'm not sure what detected them. Oh, maybe this one witch over here. Maybe that one witch detected them. Hard to say. Another fight over here, I think. What is this? Skull probe? Yeah. Smoke grenade being used. Again, that reduces damage by a good 30%, which is insanely hard to deal with. Squiggoth was low health somehow. I think just the rocket launchers. This part here I'm pretty proud of. I shoot the scary grenade over here, and that forces the war boss to walk over here. And this is just a death zone. So both these squads, 4 squads were forced to go forward. Archon was remade, and this squad goes down. And I think these guys get tired, because I think Orcs quits, I think. Something happens to Orcs. I don't know if he quits or what. I want to keep an eye on Orcs for a bit. I know there's action going on the other side. Yeah, there it is. Orcs gave in. I guess Orcs, they have a lot of units, but they can't really take advantage of it with this small chokehold. Pretty strong army. Two horrors and a bloodthirster. This should go down like instantly. For some reason, Dark Eldar buildings have a lot of health. So, yeah, that goes down. The problem is, I have like 4 of those. So, he didn't really accomplish much. And I'm surprised how quickly this goes down. I was actually shocked. Look how quickly it's going down. And this is one of the most durable units in the game. It just died to 2 squads. And Terminator's over here. Looks like they didn't even do anything. They're in the middle of teleporting. But just seeing them made the guy give up. But yeah, it's crazy that Bloodthirster just died to 2 squads, which is pretty insane. And this right here is pretty much why you want Space Marine as a teammate. Space Marines, once Space Marines have infinite resources, there's pretty much nothing you can do to stop them. And he even took out this point here. So yeah, this chokehold is just nasty, absolutely nasty. But there's a couple things they could have done. Storm Boys. Storm Boys was always an option. Storm Boys probably would have worked, in all honesty. Storm Boys would have just maxed out Storm Boys like one-shot buildings. So the Storm Boys could have destroyed all my buildings. I did have stuff going on over here though. I got all this going on. I don't know why they didn't attack over here. For some reason they were very fixated on this area here. I don't know why they didn't explore the map. Usually you have like 3 or 4 squads fighting over here, and then you have 2 or 3 squads over here. So I'm not sure why they didn't do that. I think my DS died like 5 times or so. So yeah, I actually upgraded these all the way. There was pretty much nothing else to spend my points on. So yeah, I put my homunculus here. 1, because it wouldn't survive the trip over here. It just wouldn't. The flash kits would have just one-shotted him. And 2, if the tank busters showed up, I can detect them. So this is like an anti-tank buster thing. So another thing Chaos could have done was Hell Talon and Horror Spam. Horror Spam can destroy buildings in like 10 seconds or so. So that's another thing he could have done. Another thing he could have done was just attack Space Marines. Space Marines didn't really have anything. He didn't have any turrets. He didn't have any mines. One thing I missed out on, I did watch this a couple times. Chris, when he noticed his teammate died, he actually put like 7 mines over here. Just for the, I think just the obliterators. If the obliterators had that upgrade, he could have killed them. And maybe the big mech. So I missed out on recording that. So I did miss out on a lot of action. I was using my soul abilities like non-stop, which is why I'm maxed out on slaves. I just had all my slaves going full soul mode, trying to get those souls. I was spending 200 souls like every minute or so. So I really needed everybody to make souls. And yeah. I bet you thought I would go full Scourges. But as good as Scourges are, they're really only good at taking out one thing at a time. They're not really good at taking out, say, 5 things at a time. They're just not very good at that. But Warp Beasts and Witches can. These 2 squads can take out an entire army of Marines if you play your cards right. So if you play your cards right, these 2 squads can take out a whole army. So that's why I made them. And it looks like, yeah, you see how much damage this building absorbed? That's why I put it here. I put it here to absorb the damage. So that was my 200 IQ thing. But yeah, I basically just played defense because this is a melee faction, and the melee would have died instantly to the Space Marines. These 2 squads can kill an entire army of Space Marines, but not if they're set up. And these guys were definitely set up, so there's nothing I can really do about it. So yeah, and what's funny about this replay is there was only like 4 messages. Yeah, there was only like 4 messages. Chris was nice enough to say GG. I think he only got attacked twice. I don't think he ever left the base, but he was nice to say GG, even after being wiped out. So good on him. So yeah, out of 44 minutes, only like 4 things was said. 4 or 5 things were said. In a game mode like this, 2v2v2, I feel like this should be a lot longer. You should really be like, hey, can I get some resources? Or hey, I'm about to go in, can you help me out? Stuff like that. I do think Chaos and Orcs were a really good team, and I'm actually surprised we won that. I do think Orcs are actually the best level 4 faction in the game, because they can just fill the screen with Orcs, and there's just nothing you can really do about it. And then they have all that invincibility on top of it. So I do actually think Orcs are the best faction, level 4 faction. But yeah, it looks like Orcs didn't fill my screen up with units. That's really what he could have done. He could have just sent an infinite army of Orcs through this choke point. But it's whatever. Yeah, that's pretty good. I can't tell if they were just tired. The Orc guy just gave up. I thought he was scouting with the knobs, but he gave up. So I'm guessing his knob thing was his only plan. I don't know why he didn't make Storm Boys. I don't think he made Storm Boys the entire game. But yeah, he was a good player. He always defended his base. He always had tank busters at his base. I guess just for the Dreadnought spam. So yeah, pretty good. Sorry if I missed out on a lot of action. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. One thing I will announce is I just finished watching Squid Games for the first time, so I might make a Squid Game video. I'm still debating on it because I know it's really popular and it's pretty old, so I don't know if I'll make a Squid Game video. So here's results. Space Marine has double the score and the most economy. I actually had more economy than the Orcs somehow. I don't know what I was spending on it. Orcs had like 6,000 requisition, and I didn't have that, so I'm not sure how I have higher economy, unless it was just power. I might have had more power than him. I think I did have 2 slag depots the whole game, so that might have been it. And yeah, Sisters -10. That sucks. Chris 140. Yeah, shame. Tao, even though Tao got double teamed the whole game, he still got some kills. So let's see here. 290 Orcs died in the making of that. But he did destroy 19 buildings. So that's not bad. I got 256 kills. Rick got 295 kills. We both played very defensively, so that's probably why. Chaos got 148 kills. Looks like Orcs actually went negative. He actually had lower kills than deaths, so that's pretty interesting. It looks like everybody had 20 kills or more. So 20 kills is respectable. So it looks like everybody got 20 kills or more. And yeah, I guess that's the end of that. I'm very proud of it. It was a real game with real players. So yeah, I think that's the end of it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Come back for more. I got a lot more to record. Thanks for watching.